Do we have signs of life?
Yeah, ideally.
There we go.
Trust us, guys. We're professionals.
Professional what is not important.
Yeah. What we're professionals at, you don't need to know. But we're professionals.
We're the professionals.
We're the professionals. Yeah, I don't know why we're not like top of Twitch right now because we're just so professional.
We're the best.
We're literally the best. Nobody can stop us because we are the best.
You know how it is.
Right?
This is what we tell ourselves to sleep better. It's okay.
Yeah, right? In approximately, I'm going to say 12 seconds, the thing's going to pop up on our announcement feed. Tell everybody that we're here.
You're giving it 12 seconds.
I give it 12 seconds. I don't think I'm going to be correct. Part of me just thinks I'm not going to be right.
As usual.
And that was 12 seconds, I think.
Damn.
Shame.
Well, Drex has to retire now.
No,
he pinned everything on that.
It's the end of my streaming career right there.
No, you gotta sell the Star Citizen account.
Oh, man. Yeah, but at that point, I could go and buy a car.
I mean, no, that's fair. Not really, no.
I would say, I think I still win.
I'm financially stable now.
Yeah.
We don't do that here.
No, it's not what we do here at LVL.
We buy JPEGs of spaceships.
Also, that's how we determine if you join here. Are you financially smart? No. How many ships do you have? Yes.
Exactly. Those are the answers. The answers are yes and no. If you answer them in the right order, you're perfect.
Never listen to us for financial advice, please.
No, we're really, really bad at that. We really should not be trusted with financial advice.
So we may be the worst at that, actually.
Objectively, yes. Yeah, we might be. We might just be bad.
Look, people are here to enjoy us, not get sound financial advice, because we don't have that.
No.
I think they know.
No, they join and watch this stream every week.
Yeah. See, Swerve has a right. Buy,
exactly. Invest. Invest. We're not buying, we're investing.
Just think, you could put all this money into a 401k, or, make interest on it. Or you could buy ships for yourself and your future children.
A 401k, what's that?
I don't know, I own an interest.
Investment advice with LBL. What's a 401k?
What's a bank?
Next episode, what's a bank account and how do I get one? What are taxes and how have I been avoiding them? Okay, that obviously that's a joke.
If you think about it.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
If you really think about it, buying Star Citizenships is actually smarter than investing in a 401k because, one, those ships will hold their value, especially if you buy nice concept ships.
I would say they hold or raise their value quite well.
Two, at any point you choose, you can essentially liquidate that through the gray market, as long as there's a buyer available, without having to pay short-term capital gain taxes.
Damn, you're right.
I'm just telling you.
So, like you just said, buy.
Oh, man. And of course, another chaotic start to our podcast.
I would say we're 4 minutes in and we've completely lost the plot.
All right, Drex, bring us back in.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try really hard here, but I'm on one too. so it's gonna be a little difficult. But hey, it's Invictus week. It finally is here. Which means the military has come to. I'm pretty sure the last couple have been Area 18. But yeah, the military's come to Area 18 to show off their fancy new spaceships, or fancy old spaceships, or just fancy spaceships.
And I would say this Invictus so far is one of the more exciting ones we've had compared to recent years.
Also, the free fly has been working.
Yes.
People are in the game for free right now, and the servers work.
I will say, honestly, it's been weird. I've had very little issues, if really none at all. I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't even tell you it was Tree Fly Week because the game works.
The game is functional. it's an astonishing thing.
Free fly and functional never go in the same sentence.
No, not together at all. But with that said, since the game does work, we're going to, probably for the second half of the show here, actually go into game and we'll show off a couple of the things on the show floor, because it's probably the best place to see things. It's a little laggy, it's got some hitching issues thanks to the Polaris.
Of course.
The unoptimized garbage that is the Polaris.
That's not even actually in game yet, and it's already causing problems.
Yeah.
Who
Again, unoptimized garbage.
I was just saying, I was waiting for it. He's in chat.
Yeah, he's there. We knew it was coming.
But in all seriousness, it is really cool to see the Polaris in game.
It is a welcome change, or a welcome sneak peek.
Oh yeah. It's going to be even better when we can actually get inside of it. But for now, we will take being able to physically see it.
Exactly. So I guess let's scoot right on to the website, because there's a lot there today. We're going to skim through. We're not going to go like 45 minutes into the website like we did last show. That was, watching it back, that was a bit tedious. I know there was a lot of shit to show off, but like, it was a lot. So we'll just blitz through here.
And I was say, and now a lot for this is there's just a lot of stuff on sale.
There's a ton. So, does anybody else want to go over who's on deck today, or do you guys want me to continue running the show here?
Who's on deck?
Who's on first?
as far as I'm concerned, you're more than welcome to continue. At any point, I'm fine to take over. I'm sure Icarus will probably be.
All right, you guys torpedoed my ability to grab a bite of food, so I'm just going to continue. So today on the
Eclipse in your meal.
Today on the Invictus schedule, I guess today and yesterday on the Invictus schedule, as it started yesterday, are what I'm going to call the boutique manufacturers. I know other people would like disagree that RSI is particularly boutique, but they're definitely a civilian contractor that has gone very military as of late, as opposed to being like military first. Origin Jump Works, our second one of the day, also very, very civilian, but has built some decent combat equipment. Consolidated Outlands. I don't really know why they're at this show. They haven't done much that's combat related. They have the Argo, or not the Argo, the Argo's Argo. They have like the Mustang Gamma, or is it the Gamma or the Delta? Let me scroll.
I believe the Delta is
the Delta.
Yeah, because the Gamma is the racing variant.
And that's all they have today. And then Argo, history, military support.
They're trying, all right?
Yeah, right?
If they exist, that's it.
Yeah. And they have one of the two new ships of IAE so far. Or not IAE, ILW. God, this is a hard job.
Man, talking on the internet? Oh my god.
Which is the MPUV tractor. That's their first little offering, if this will come up. It's just another MPUV with a tractor beam on its head. Who would have thought?
And honestly, I can see it being helpful. I'm not. They released some ships, and I'm like, why are you sending this out? This thing actually feels like it could have some functionality soon.
It does
It's
look
not even now.
relatively useful, all things considered.
I agree. I think with soon being the most important part, just because at the moment, no. But when it comes to physically loading stuff into larger ships, yes.
Well, and they're showing it load a hull here. Like that's kind of what these things are designed to do.
Right.
And I'm also thinking soon here in the future, like, it's really small. Fitting it on a larger ship and going to wreck sites and stuff, pulling guns and cargo has actually been pretty financially good in the game, so it can move that along.
Also, this thing does not have a quantum drive for anybody who's wondering. It is just it's a little tow truck. Or a little,
Yep.
like, skid steer, apparently. Or not apparently. Essentially. Talk on the
Which
internet is hard, isn't it?
But that's just that's just what you get with the MPUVs. They are no quant, basically meant to go from location to location, but very short distances.
Couple nice paints through here. Not terrible.
I would say they're very easy to see, which I feel like for that thing, it's probably good.
And you can, I don't think you can war bond it today. You could war bond it yesterday, but not today, apparently. Or
Well,
you could
you
war
missed your
bond
chance,
upgrade
folks.
it yesterday. But $35 for a war bond, not terrible. Again, we should not be the people you're looking for to give financial advice.
You see that little symbol next to it, the concierge lion head? Yeah, don't listen to us.
No, we're not the people to listen to as far as that stuff. So to quickly blitz back through to the ships that people care about, obviously, Consolidated Outlands, Delta, Origin Jump Works, the 125, the 325, and the G12. And then RSI, the big manufacturer of this event. Let me try and get this censored on screen here. Got the Ursa Medevac and the Polaris. The Polaris is not flyable yet, but it is spawned in game for people to take a quick cheeky peeky at.
And I feel like some important news for it as well is, what is the next event? Is when they are supposed to have the Polaris in game.
Which is like not a lot of time, all things considered.
Yeah.
I mean, piggybacking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Icarus.
No, I was saying it's a pretty big step to get another capital ship into the game, and we know they've been working on it for a while. Considering when we saw it last year in White Box, it's pretty impressive we're getting it as soon as we are.
I will agree.
I was just going to say, to piggyback off of that, the fact that the Nursa is actually in game, the long-awaited medical variant of the Ursa.
Yes, we'll go to that page now. So
of course, Nurse is not the actual name; it's just what we've called it.
I would say welcome to the, I guess Ursa Medevac is what the official name is. Or, as the community's referred to it, the Nursa. It's going to be that for sure. Or, like, forever.
Yeah.
Because we have so much to go through this week, I'm not going to show off the trailer. It's on the RSI site. It's kind of a fun... no, it's more than kind of. It's a fun little, like, die, respawn kind of ripoff. Because they have now changed the whole medical system. It now allows you to spawn on any medbed, but the distances are what matter. If anybody else has more information, you guys feel free to throw it away or throw it out.
Honestly, no, that's Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ten. I'll say Ten. This is your field.
Just going off memory here, I do believe that they did adjust the distances as well with the beforehand. It was the tier 1 and 2 beds allowed respawn, correct?
I believe
Uh,
so. That was like the
yeah,
best beds and the next best beds.
yeah. They were locked at 20 kilometers distance for respawn. I believe they've been moved to 40 kilometer, and the tier 3 has the 20 kilometer. So if you've been in instances of dying and respawning in a med bed before, it'll feel just like that with the tier 3, but of course the better beds, you're going to get more mileage out of it.
It looks like Swerve's got tier 3 20 kilometers, tier 2 50 kilometers, and tier 1 as usual
okay.
is from anywhere.
My apologies. I undersold it. It's even better.
You undersold it. Hey, I would rather undersell than oversell and have people be upset.
Agreed.
But I mean, alone having a ground vehicle now that we could load that people can revive in, get healed up, is huge.
Mm-hmm.
It
I-
is,
I-
and
I was saying, as small as it seems, it's a pretty big game changer.
Exactly. And we pissed on the Mirai Fury. What was the Mirai thing? The Pulse last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pissed on the Pulse pretty hard, but I don't think there's anybody in our community who's pissing on the Ursa right now. This thing is an amazing little piece of work.
No, it genuinely is. It with the way that the Ursa already fits in quite a few of the larger ships. It's already a well-known and loved ground vehicle, and with the changes to the bed tier system, any ship that can hold the Ursa is basically now a medical ship that can offer respawning as well.
Mm-hmm. And with the current Ursa in game, because the SCU like container space doesn't technically work, this should essentially just be the same thing in functionality, but it has a one less bed, or not one less bed, one less seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which
And
is what it is.
And I would say one of the really nice things about this is it's kind of a 2-in-1 thing. With master modes, all of us have flown around for a bit now. Bunkers and bases have gotten a lot scarier with turrets. Enemy AI has gotten a lot scarier with FPS play. This thing now being there when you get out of a bunker and you're injured is going to be a lifesaver.
Yeah, it's going to be infinitely valuable. And like I said, we're going to get into the show floor here in probably about 5-10 minutes. And we'll show the thing off. Like, we'll actually be able to walk around and give you guys an in-depth look.
Indeed.
There's paints available as well, obviously. We love when RSI gives us some paints. It's got factory standard, nice red.
I'm going to give him credit. The red off the bat, it looks good.
It does.
It actually looks good.
You got some.
Yeah, I purchased all 3 of the paints, but just to play around with them and try them out. But I genuinely feel like the stock red is just going to be the bread and butter to it.
Mm-hmm. Also, all other Ursa paints work on this thing, so do with that what you will. All the Lynx paints are functional on it,
which is awesome.
Mm-hmm. I guess here's your stats.
I'll say exactly as Swore said. He got a tier 3 arm wound to the bunker, walked outside, and boom, instantly healed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's also going to, so as nice as it will be for the medical side of stuff, it's also going to, in my hopes, cut down on a lot of rescue beacons, because you could have this thing parked outside of the bunker and set your respawn to it. If you die in the bunker, it's not in-game.
No, it's not the end of your life anymore.
Putting out a beacon and waiting, hoping someone shows up. You just, backspace, respawn, and just you're right back at it.
Exactly. And here's your prices and everything. You can get a 2-pack, you can get the paints, you can warmond it for $55 dues, which is not terrible. Like, all things considered, it is not terrible.
No,
Yeah.
it's a pretty good price, and I believe I don't know if it's there today, but I know yesterday they also had bundles where you could get it along with some ships as well.
The packs here, yeah, you can get the Ursa Adventure Pack Plus Respite, which is actually pretty, like, that's a pretty cool pack. Because what is it? It's an Aquila and um, the Nursa. I'm not sure if it gives you a regular Ursa with this one or if it's just the Nursa. Because the Aquila technically comes with a regular Ursa.
I would assume with the pack it subs out the standard Ursa. At least
Yeah.
that would make the most sense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a good deal. That's a very good deal.
That's a fantastic deal.
And for any, like, aspiring medics out there, this is the first time that you really have been able to pick up, and not pick up in the sense of, like, the Apollos, which are the total medical package, or the Galaxy, which is the total medical package, but, like, the total medical package in game right now you have with this rover stuck anywhere.
Yep.
Especially with those packs, because I think we can all agree that the Constellation is just a fantastic ship. And if you're looking for a higher tier, like not starter ship, but more, yeah, I'd say the next level or two up, the ability to get the medical Ursa with it is just by and far it's just a damn good deal.
Well,
It really is.
I was just say with that pack, like, I obviously don't think you can upgrade into it, but if you still need to own a pack to play the game and stuff, and you buy that, you're basically set.
Yeah, pretty much. Even the Aquila is not. Sure, it doesn't have the cargo space of the Taurus or maybe the damage output of the Andromeda, or it's not as stylish as the what's the
Phoenix.
fourth one? The Phoenix. Yeah, it's not any of those, but it's a nice, comfortable ship, and it's got the best cockpit window of the Connies. In all
Easiest to see
honesty.
out of.
Yeah. And the other nice thing with it is, guess what? This gives people an open into the medical profession. Not everything needs to be combat, or we got our space truckers, we got our combat guys, and we got our medics.
Yep, and the medics have, like, all honesty, the medics have gotten a pretty nice little piece of cake here.
Oh yeah,
it is wonderful. As, like, who I am. Obviously, if you're taking on that role, it's more of a labor of love, because there's not really money to be made per se. Within it, but I feel like with that, like, pack, it definitely lets you do more than just the medical side of stuff. So that if you want to, it's like a multi-role type deal. You're not stuck with just one type of thing.
Oh, and you can effectively, like, drive it up to a bunker. That's the other thing, is players that are, like, downed in bunkers for the longest time have been, like, pardon my French here, but they've been shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Yep.
You would come to
your,
try and
your
get
option
them,
was
and you screwed.
oh, sorry. Yeah. Your options were if by some miracle you were able to actually park at the bunker, you still had to go down and get them. And that's assuming you had a med ship. If you don't, or if they need more severe care, you can of course offer them a ride or take them back to their ship and let them go. Or you've got to park 20 kilometers out and then drive in just to do all that again. But with this, you pull it right up to the door. You can tractor beam them and just throw them in the back.
And the ships
Yeah.
that currently are good at taking out bunker turrets are also ships that can now carry this, which is another really, really, really huge thing. Like the Corsair and the 600i being the best to take out those bunker turrets.
Yeah.
Now you can just carry a medbed with them.
Well, actually, now even the selling point for the Constellation series, that thing has 4 size 5 guns on it. That's gonna be good at taking out bunker turrets.
Oh yeah, no, the Connies are great too, and now, like again, they can carry an Ursa rover, so they can now carry a Nursa rover.
Yep.
Yeah, it's. I know we've been talking about the Connie and the Ursa for a minute now, but it genuinely is just a. It's just a fantastic option.
Oh, it's wonderful. And as we tactfully segue here, you can continue talking about it. I just wanted to make sure we were in game before I switched to game cam.
Oh, all good. I was gonna say this is because we were talking about this the other day. Actually, I believe we're talking about entry points for people into Star Citizen and wanting to get in, what to play. That's a pretty good start. That's a great starter pack. That's a great way to get in and get into medical gameplay if it's something that interests you.
And the Ursa's cheap.
100%.
It's not an expensive vehicle, which is like, I know a lot of people give Star Citizen crap for how much money everything costs, but like in a world where everything costs a lot of money, it is very breathtaking, not breathtaking, relieving that the Ursa is just achievable.
Yeah. And no, of course, if you're hesitant on it as well, in the future it will be buyable in game, and I can't imagine it'll be that many credits.
No, even with the credit increase, under 1 million credits will get you a medical Ursa. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on it because it could change. It probably will change, but
1 million and 1 credits.
Yeah, right. And then Drex is wrong again.
Wow, big shocker. But no, it'll most likely be cheap relative to other things, and it fits in a lot of ships. So it's just going to be a fantastic option for for damn near anything.
And also the exciting thing with this as well is this is still technically the day 1 releases for Invictus launch week. There's a lot of stuff coming.
Yep.
It just started.
We didn't show it on the website, but it is kind of, I won't lie, it's kind of cool to show in game. We've got yesterday and today, which were the boutique manufacturers. Tomorrow and the next day, all industry. And then you get into the big boys. You get the Aegis Dynamics, the Anvil Aerospace. And I know most people watching this that aren't in the know will say to themselves, I think there's something missing. There's one major brand that is not on here. Does anybody else remember why?
Yeah.
Because Drake isn't a real manufacturer.
Because they got kicked out of the Cool Kids Club.
They got kicked out of the military club for being too buddy-buddy with the pirates.
But that's okay, because they have the wonderful Drake Defense Con, which they got upset and decided we're going to have our own Invictus launch week with blackjack and hookers.
Because as you can see, the 23rd to the 24th is Anvil Aerospace. And then there's just a gap to the finale. There's just a 2-day gap.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Invictus left Drake their own little spot for their own little show.
Isn't that nice?
It's so nice of them. That's so good of them.
Very nice. Great success.
Great success.
Great success.
All right. Now, here's where things get choppy because of the elephant in the room.
Yeah, elephant is an understatement.
Yeah, that is one heck of an elephant. Let me grab the map here. Show off what's on display. There's the Aquila, the Taurus, the Andromeda, the Phoenix, something that's bad and dumb.
I don't
All
know
the rovers. some RSI ships, Scorpiuses, Mantises, those new Argos. The Mustang Delta is in here twice, it looks like, and then the Origin stuff.
It's just so cool they had to put it in there twice.
No.
But the ship's so nice they put it twice.
Just remember the one that sucks, right there.
Yeah.
Right
there. If you remember nothing else from today's presentation, folks,
Polaris bad.
Polaris bad.
I still love my recollection from last night that I actually don't hate the Polaris. I just hate the idea of Swerve being happy about something.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that's how this has gone. But I cannot lie that I am on the same train of thought. I don't hate the Polaris, but it is just too much fun to hate the Polaris right now.
like Swerve, love you, buddy, but damn, that's like all you've talked about ever since I've known you, and
it's been 2 years.
Well, and let me be real. When I thought that the Carrack was going to be the end of it, because he was like this with the Carrack, I was like, okay, Carrack's out. He's finally going to shut up, and then the Polaris was like, now here's the next ship. Swerve's like, okay, it's mine.
In typical Swerve fashion, better get used to it.
Yeah,
we know, buddy. We know.
Well, you know what? I might start a betting pool with an LBL. You'll have to be an LBL to participate. But once the Polaris is actually closer to coming out, I'll start a betting pool on what the next ship that Swerve goes after is going to be. Oh, he says next is the Galaxy. Never mind. No betting pool.
Damn.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you can really count the Galaxy just because it's on the cusp of its own release. I think we need to find another concept ship that's going to be in development for 10 years.
Oh, see, he's got his own roadmap. He's taking the fun out of it. I was hoping he would just find something, because the Carrack thing, it felt like he just kind of found the Polaris, like he was a little lost child.
It's kind of cheating to put the Odyssey in BMM, because neither of those will ever release. So it's kind of cheap. We'll discuss.
Also, to everybody watching the stream, these hitches that you're seeing are found nowhere else in the game other than when you're in about 100 feet of the Polaris. There are no leg spikes except for around the Polaris.
Yeah, currently it is still gray boxed by all technicalities and everything, so it's unoptimized.
Yeah, to anybody who kind of understands game development or doesn't, a ship's got a certain amount of polygons to make its hull structure and everything work. This Polaris has not been it's not been given the weight loss journey that it needs before it goes into full production and into the game. It's still got a ridiculous amount of polygons.
And I mean,
therefore my eyes.
Yeah.
It technically has an interior in the same way that a box of Legos is a full kit. It's all there. Mm-hmm. Mostly there, but it's in no way put together.
If you open it up, it spills everywhere.
It is
exactly.
It is an entire mess, and I don't want to be wrong, but I also heard somewhere that people estimate the current Polaris design has more polygons than the rest of the ships it's on the show floor with combined.
I wouldn't be surprised with the way that it works.
Yeah, so hence the hitching.
Probably accurate.
Once again, hence the hitching. Oh, I'm not even looking at it now, and it just went.
Star Citizen's not exactly known for its wonderful performance, but everything else in this patch has been fantastic.
I was saying, when you're away from this floor, it's actually been running really good.
They took all the performance issues and just shoved them into the Polaris.
Yeah. Well, and the greatest part here is they have the Idris tour going on right now, That's another one we'll get to ideally next week, next stream. Just because we have so much to show off this week, and it could take us like upwards of 20 minutes to actually find where it is.
Yeah.
It's somewhere.
Well,
But
wait,
you
hang
can
on,
walk
what-
through
which
the
one?
Idris hitch-free. No
Oh, yeah.
hitches. None. But
Which
in
is a beautiful thing.
proximity to the Polaris, you're screwed.
I hope you got a NASA computer.
Oh, because I've got a strong computer, and it doesn't like being near the Polaris at all.
Yeah. Which I know Star Citizen gets the Star Citizen bad because enter X reason. It will be optimized. It will be better. It's in gray box right now.
I am
Outside
better.
of this place,
I'm better.
outside of this area, 3.23 has been really good.
Oh, it's been phenomenal. Also, Swerve has offered to go into the game and locate the Idris for us. So if he manages to, we may be able to get to it this week.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm stealing it, Drex. We out of here.
If you can fly
time.
away, go for it. But I don't know how you're going to be able to escape.
Honestly, if any ship could fly out of here, I think it would be this.
You could probably fit that through the door, all things considered.
Most likely.
Oh, thank you for following, Stoner. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, welcome to the
Eh,
welcome to this.
Welcome to this. So this is the new Argo ship, obviously, next to the old Argo ships. It's the same, but like not the same. It's got a forehead.
what?
I'm sorry, go ahead, Nicholas.
I was gonna say, with cargo and personal hangars becoming a thing soon, this thing having multiple tractor beams to move boxes around is gonna be, I think it's gonna be a good tool.
Also, I'm going back towards the main floor because what I have noticed in the last couple days in Invictus with this nightmare that is the Polaris is it wants you to stare directly at it or get far enough away from it that it is not needing to render by the server. And if you are in this sweet spot that is the secondary hull 1 and 2, you're in that sweet spot. You cannot stop hitching because you're just in proximity to the Polaris. You're just there. Like, I wasn't expecting to rip on the Polaris so much, like, having seen it. Because it is impressive. I cannot come out here and say it's not
It's
impressive.
a really cool looking ship. Like, I personally cannot wait to get on it.
Yeah. Like, I'm very, very interested in when this comes out. But for the love of all that is holy, this thing needs to just... it needs to not exist for 12 seconds.
Please put your polygon somewhere else.
Okay. Please just leave your polygons at home.
I don't know.
This
I like the
event is
idea
a
of there being.
polygon-free zone.
I like the idea of there being a performance sink just contained to one thing somewhere, and then let everything else function.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's this show floor, this hall, that ship. It is the only thing in this patch that is, like, intrinsically terrible for performance. I've even had good performance at the distribution centers. I had better performance at the distro center than I have near a Polaris.
Polaris just tries to eat you.
Yeah, like, I had better experience in a place that is known for bad performance than standing in the general proximity of a Polaris.
Yeah, right.
In all honesty, as much fun as it is to just rag on the Polaris, it is genuinely just because it is still in development and it still has a way to go. Of course, they said, flight ready by IAE, which, yeah, it isn't that far away, a couple months, but it does still have some work. So I'll bite my tongue here as the resident Polaris hater and say that, give it a chance.
Well, and like I said it before, it hasn't gone through the things that it needs to go through to like slim down that poly count yet. That normally happens at the end of a build for a ship.
So it's going to be a very impressive ship when it's out.
It is. Now, something else that's impressive is what you're seeing right in front of you as the Polaris slows me down again. And again. My computer has been considerably less resistant to that because of the Polaris in here and because I'm streaming. That said, as we hitch about in the worst place ever, here's the fancy little medical Ursa. You got some component hatches. You got some medical hatches. You got a bed. Oh my goodness, a medical bed.
You could take a nap.
Yeah. Then you take a nap and get pumped full of life-saving drugs.
So for anyone who has has owned or seen the medical variant of the Pisces, it's very much they just took the interior of that, trimmed a lot of the excess off, and then just shoved it in the back of the Ursa, which works fantastic.
They made it RSI and shoved it in the back of the Ursa.
But it works. I like it.
And they've redone the ramp, which is awesome.
I was just like, I actually have to give them kudos for the ramp being smart of going, hey, we know you might need to drag someone up this, so we made it as smooth as possible.
Yeah, as opposed to the hazard that is the regular Ursa's ramp.
I'm pretty sure someone in this group has been killed by that ramp.
Yeah. Well, and it opens up and down, which means that, like, it doesn't reach the ground entirely, which is a bit of a problem.
Meanwhile,
the Nursa does not have a refrigerator, as I can see. It seems like that's one of the things they trimmed off of it.
yeah.
But real quick though, is that a gun rack in the back there?
That is.
It is.
Oh, so you can pop a cap in someone's ass and then heal them if you need to.
Oh yeah. No, if you need to take a life to save a life, like, you got the tools.
You can be the problem and the solution.
You've also got patient storages above the patient bed, which should work the same as the Pisces ones do.
I'll say that for some reason the show floor version does not work. These actually do work in the actual purchase version.
All right. Well,
Fo makes a good point. Trim, but still can't fit it in the C1. Buddy, as much as I love the C1, that's just a problem with it, man. It's that
C1
stupid
problem.
It's that stupid airlock. That's
an issue.
That's what it is.
It's okay, Fo. Let it out. Cry.
All right, now because that actually took us less time to go through than I was expecting. Just because I guess there's not a huge amount to like show on the show floor today. We'll go out and we'll see if we have a place where the Idris is spawned, and see if we can get to it before the end of our stream.
Did you go to the downstairs holosuite?
Oh, I did not. Let's go for that run.
If I remember correctly, they are showing off the Zeus MR, I thought it was the what's the Origin like rover?
Oh god, the G12A.
Yeah, that, and then I think the what's the other? Oh, Swerve says Idris is at Bajini.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, then we'll get up there right after we check out these holo of yours. So that's the Zeus.
I believe it's supposed to be the Zeus MR, which of course you're not going to get a lot of detail with the holo viewer.
No, because it's not done yet.
So it is the MR.
It's a nice little 3D representation of an approximation of what we're going to be looking at.
I like that they've kind of got it looking like it's flying. I don't know if that's like by design or not, but it is kind of cool.
I hope it is, and I do like it as well.
Oh,
I'm incredibly excited for the Zeus.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the other one. Isn't that the what is that?
Perseus, my baby.
I was saying you get a good view of it because of the Polaris's interference here.
This is another one I am extremely excited about.
This one is very cool. It is very, very cool.
Like, two size 7 turrets. Pretty sure it has two. Well, it has one or two mini turrets with size 3s on them as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing is going to be a ship destroyer for other large ships.
Crazy. The Perseus will be crazy.
Well, also the reason it's not out yet as well, and I think it might start seeing development soon because of this with master modes, and now they're reworking things. Its cannons are bespoke. They cannot be changed out for laser weapons, but they are supposed to have different ammos you could cycle through.
Oh, I see.
I think there's a real good chance we'll... Oh, good, Rex.
No, I was gonna say this rover here. I don't know if anybody else has like seen it in years before. This is about 75% the size it's supposed to be. That's why it looks so small. It's not life size.
To be fair, the other Hollow viewers are a much smaller percentage.
Well, yeah, and this one is just narrowly not on size.
It is not to scale. Keep that in mind.
Just narrowly.
I think there's a good chance we'll see the Perseus relatively soon compared to a lot of things, just because, if you remember SitCon, they discussed wanting to focus on one manufacturer at a time, and of course they picked, their flagship RSI to be the first on the list. So it's why the Galaxy's not far off. That's why we're getting the Polaris relatively soon. I'm sure we're going to get the. Swerve says they'll be fast tracking the Galaxy after the Polaris. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm sitting at, especially with a few more things they've added in recently, and then of course the Perseus and stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see the Perseus come into play from really a ship size standpoint, because the Hammerhead doesn't have a lot of competitors.
No, it doesn't.
So something else in that ship size class will be really cool to see.
Well, another thing to remember as well is the Hammerhead really isn't like a capital fighting ship. It's mainly like a fighter, like screening ship.
Oh yeah,
it's a gunship.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to have those larger ships that are actually dedicated to fighting other large ships.
All right, now we're gonna break free from the influence of the Polaris.
My frames, they're free!
I say, we're not gonna hitch anymore. And since Swerve managed to find that Idris for us, I guess, yeah, we might as well go take a look, shouldn't we?
I'd say let's do it.
We've got a nice, at least by what my tracker says, a nice 10 viewers in our stream right now, so might as well take advantage of having a nice audience and show off the Idris.
And again, obviously, I am incredibly biased with the Idris and everything, but it is really cool to actually see inside the ship finally.
It is very, very cool.
There's not a lot of ships that give you that. I would say, like, it's, if you've ever been on a battleship or something, or like really seen one up close, it's that same feeling of holy crap, like this is an actual destroyer.
As someone who has spent a lot of money in this game, it actually, for the first time, feels like too much spaceship.
That is unheard of.
It is unheard of.
That is not a phrase we use often or lightly.
No, and
no.
It really goes to show how little of the Javelin we got to see in the Javelin tour. because you got like
Yeah.
4 rooms in a hallway. There is like so much more ship there, and you can tell by the Idris's tour, like there is a lot more ship.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I forget about the Jav, and just how huge it is, and then as well as the bagel, the big ol', the
I would say
RSI
after-
bingle.
After being on the Idris a couple times, I can't imagine how large the Javelin and Bangle will feel. That those are going to be massive.
It'll be unreal.
They're gonna actually feel like carriers, like properly.
Icarus, I'll let you fly by the way. Yeah, the
It-
Kraken
it's
also is
fun
going to be
to-
just ginormous.
Yeah.
Pretty the Kraken too. It's fun to throw a snub fighter into a medium-sized ship, or even to an 890 and say, look, it's the carrier, but that's nothing compared to what we will eventually get.
Yeah, oh my goodness. The Bengal is just beyond ridiculous as far as size is concerned.
Yeah, so that's
guys-
going to take you a hot minute to run across.
Do you guys think, so you know how, obviously you guys are going to look at the Idris now, but where they do the flybys and such of the Javelin and the larger stuff, do you think once we have those consistently in game, we'll ever get a flyby of the, I can't remember its name, but the Kingship Killer.
The Retribution.
You know, there it is, yeah, the one-off, massive fuck-off ship.
Swerve will
Yeah.
probably correct me if I'm wrong here, but from what I know, it's been in dry dock for ages. They kind of pulled it out for the Vandal War, and then they kind of blew everything they had with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know it's kind of a stale thing right now. And I'm sure we'll get some more once Squadron 42 actually, has its chance to do its thing, because that's in some way either going to progress or add to, the Vandal War and the lore surrounding it. But obviously for right now, it's kind of stagnant. I think it'd be cool to just see it in a flyby, and where it's, 5 times the size of Virginia Point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be... There's some ship sizes we can't even comprehend yet, I feel like. Going across, seeing some of these things are going to be wild.
Yeah.
I just had to rub in quickly that that little strut over there is the reason why Potato can't fit a nurse on this C1.
Which I sympathize with. It sucks, man. Like, I love the spirits. They're cool. But come on. Yeah, you couldn't have given just a couple inches on each side to allow the Ursa?
Yeah, it's this component bay right here that is the reason it won't fit. Even with these like walls gone, I think it would be a tight fit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously you're in the A1, but the C1 has a nice little cargo bay. It's got some room. It's just that squeeze through the little hallway right there.
And hold on, Drex, we're trying to get us up there as fast as possible.
I hide in the life support.
You'll be safe there, right? It's where all the life is.
And it's the room with all the life. The life support is the life room.
While y'all are en route to the Idris, did we want to go over a couple more things that we had discussed? Some other things from maybe this roadmap roundup?
Ooh, yes. Feel free to fire away at that 10 forward while we're on our way.
So yeah, we got another roadmap roundup from our lovely folks at CIG, and 4.0 is on there with its projection to hit. What was it? Technically Q3 of this year, but basically coming up on SitCon.
Yeah, it's going to be a sitcom patch for sure. I don't think there's any reality where it's not a sitcom patch.
Now, granted, that's just because it's on the roadmap. It is not a guarantee, of course, but the fact that they've put it back on there, along with a lot of other things, including I know ship modularity was on there with, of course, the tally already having some of that implemented. It to not in the way of actually having its modules, but like getting everything set up for it. I know that was on the roundup. Of course, with 4.0 comes along the server meshing, and hopefully the beautiful pyro system, the jump gate. So quite a few things if they actually do manage to get 4.0 in at SitCon. So a pretty exciting roundup in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of big features that like they said would come out last CitizenCon actually be like confidently announced, and it's that overwhelming confidence that is both like very very worrying and very appealing.
Well, the weird thing is, we are so used to hearing we're going to do this, and it doesn't happen. They have been on point ever since CitizenCon.
Yeah. Well, because
I know-
everything that they say is going to come out since CitizenCon has either come out on time, or the reason it doesn't come out on time is valid. Like, they can come out and say, Icarus, you're going to have to move it forward or else we're not getting off.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna they're gonna say things, and we're gonna start confidently being able to believe the things that they say.
I know we mentioned this the other day, just in passing. I know personally, myself felt this way, and a lot of other people I've seen felt this way, where for those first few months after SitCon, things felt really stagnant, and a lot of people were worried that they weren't actually going to be able to keep their promise, their goal of all those releases within the year. And we're 6 months into the time frame, and before this last patch, a lot of people were genuinely worried, like, okay, well, once again, there's the broken promises, there's we'll have to push it off another year, another couple patch cycles, whatever. But with 323, with just a few things we got, which, like I've mentioned before, it's not necessarily a content-heavy patch, but it sets up quite a few things for the upcoming patches. With 323 alone, I've had my confidence restored that they're going to hit their projected, promise, or at least get really, really close.
All right. That's not where it is.
So, try deck B.
We'll just scroll through, and if it's not here, we'll call the stream here, and we'll make sure we show it to you guys next week. And
try A.
no, try A. It may have already taken off. That might be what the fireworks are. Oh no!
No, here.
I will say, I wasn't paying too much attention, but I didn't. Oh, is it there? Oh,
It is here. Yep.
never mind. I will no longer be speaking.
I don't know how long it's here for, but we'll do a quick couple-minute tour of it, and then we can call the stream.
Be sure to get in the Gladius.
Yeah,
That way they can't leave.
this is ours now.
Yeah. All right. So I think Icarus, you're good to go wherever you want, but I will just do a floor-by-floor tour, and I'll just peek my head in every room. So you got a EVA storage, and looks like escape hatch. There's a lot of those around the ship.
Yeah, honestly, that is one cool thing with the Idris here that they clearly plan on doing, is there's a lot of escape pods, hatches, corridors they could go down to get out of the ship, so I think we're going to be seeing, soft death escapes soon.
So there's a missile room that still isn't finished.
They won't see me sneak in.
Swerve swears that he made it into the missile room, and I don't know.
I don't think there's anything in there, to be honest. Even if he did. And we got a nice fancy med bay. Someone is shooting at the Idris. I hope we survive.
I was say I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah. It just means they'll fire back.
Well, not only that, they have an Idris here and the station.
Yeah. Got your forward escape pods, your single man escape pods, and then a turret.
Yeah, this is the big old nose gun turret.
Yeah. The owner, or not the owner, the user of the big escape pod turret has an entire room dedicated to them.
Which, I'm gonna be real. To be fair, at least you don't have to get out of that turret and then run all the way back to get to an escape pod, because, again, it's a big ship.
It is a large ship. And then, I guess mirroring on the other side, there's another EVA escape room. Docking collar, and for people watching, I don't know if you guys are able to see on the minimap, but these connecting hallways go to the other side of the ship. I'm not going to be using them unless I have to, just so that I can show each floor in its entirety. But all it is just a connector over the cargo bay, or not the cargo bay, over the hangar bay.
The elusive captain's quarters.
Yep, the elusive captains and XO quarters. Not accessible yet, but you can peek your little head inside, which is more than you get otherwise.
Yeah.
We'll loop back to that door later, because that's just the back of the bathrooms. Lots and lots of, like, blast doors and hatches. Go in here. Got an entire mess hall.
I'm hoping this will be I can't wait for all this to be functional in the future.
Exactly. So you've got the one half of the bathrooms. This door back here leads out into the XO's quarters. Just because, like, it's a decent layout, I guess. That leads back out to the other side. Nothing much really out there that's not the same as the side we came in on.
The beds. So many beds.
Another set of bathrooms. And yeah, beds upon beds upon beds upon beds upon beds.
Are there beds in there?
Yeah, there are beds in there.
Damn.
The pilot rooms for Squadron 42, this is where they intend for us to spend most of our time. Or I guess most of our time on the ship is like in the pilot area, the pilot ready area. I don't know what they say on here. Yeah, pilots take on additional risks, so they get better, better spots to live. You get a nice.
You kind of want your pilots awake and alert.
I say you get a nice crew bunk if you're staying on the ship, because gunners need their sleep. They sit in a turret, and they get the advantage of the giant shields on this thing, as opposed to having to fly at breakneck speeds through death-defying space combat. As we go rearward on the ship, we get to this nice room here. Nice big cargo bay.
And actually, Drex, if you want to sit on this lift here.
Yes. We'll go down and come back up. Because you're still at the briefing and engineering room to check out. So that's the big hangar. We'll be back down to the hangar in a sec when we come through. The ship is just way, 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 way too big.
No, it's one of those things, like, obviously now where there's a sense of limited time to check out the ship. Few weeks on this thing running around, getting people used to it, people will know where they're going.
Exactly. So we did do a little jiggy jog through there because the engineering room is only accessible from one side. This is also an elevator area, which goes from one side to the other, mirrored on either side. Some of our more engineering-focused players will like these little rooms, the engineering nooks. There's one on each side of the ship. And then this room is just chef's kiss.
This place is cool.
I don't know if others have noticed it while they're in here. These reactors are semi-automated. At least there's no AI manning them right now. But you will occasionally see the bottom thing come up, circle, and then either eject or intake a fuel rod from the top or bottom, or I guess from the top area up here. It's rare that they do it, but if you are in the ship and you get a chance to see it, it is very cool. Okay. So on this side of the ship, yep, another escape room. Same on either side of the ship, as I said before. At the very back. And this is right above the hangar, too. Or I guess right above the opening at the back of the hangar. You have your full theater setting for your briefing room. And in the Squadron 42 trailer, or I guess Vertical Slice they did a couple years back, they showed this is fully holographic, fully 3D, and like people could walk up and interact with it if they needed to. Which is very cool.
I'm assuming in the future we'll be able to use it ourselves, which will be really neat.
Yeah, used as the coolest holo table ever. Another fun little suit rack. Escape pod area. Not really much to show off in the escape pod area other than there are escape pods.
Good to know where they are.
Ship's got an armory, which is very cool. Armory and a shooting range. Because that's the
Yep.
thing you need in a spaceship, is a shooting range. You got another kind of ready room with an office.
It's like an arm. So it kind of looks like, a quartermaster.
Yeah. There's a window. This is the most useless window in all of Star Citizen, but it's there.
Aesthetics.
Aesthetic. And then we'll run across the ship again and show we'll show the brig super quick. On the winglets.
We know a few people they'll be spending a lot of time in the brig.
No. Yeah, apparently Harbeck, or Swerve as we know him, watched Potato commit crime, so he'd be ending up in one of these. Nice little detention center area. Relatively well protected, and obviously you've got a man keeping everything in check with lots of terminals.
And what's funny is, I know it's like, what do you need a brig for? The new Bounty Hunter gameplay coming out, you're going to be handcuffing people. You'll actually be able to use this as a prisoner ship.
Yeah, you'll be able to carry bad people who did bad things. Alright, we'll loop back up here. And these nacelles that we're standing in right now are the same on either side, so we probably won't show both, but just know.
Yeah, so these lead up to turrets on the top of the ship. And then for the grand reveal.
Yeah, let's get that door popped open.
The bridge.
Yes, with the man that is asserting dominance sitting on his chair.
You know he means business.
You know it. He means so much business as he asserts his dominance. Nice holo table. All the things that you'd need in a big ship like this. Actually, we'll use the elevator to go down. Because that's another fun little piece here. Which means there are three direct entrances into the bridge. There's the elevator that goes, I believe, straight up and down. And there are the two side decks. So, like, in the case that you have an issue in the ship or, like, something gets blown apart, you will reasonably be able to get from the bridge to the bottom of the ship.
Yep.
Unless all of them get blown up, and then you're in trouble.
Then that's a you problem.
Yeah, then you're in a lot of trouble. As we quickly dash through here, I believe that's going upstairs. This one is going down. This side is the control room. So we're going into flight control now.
This is a cool little area.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of flight control.
Gives you a really nice overview of the hangar.
Very office space. Very clearly, like, people that do logistics work on the ship work out of here. Feels very logistics in its nature.
Oh. I could sit in one, actually.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize you could do that.
I feel very logistical.
Very logistical. And down on the hangar deck, you've got some lockers, just things you would need. I'm not going to go into the hangar yet for you guys. I'm going to go actually bottom floor, and then we'll loot back up to the hangar. Let that be the finale. More turrets down in the basement, or at least I'll call it the basement. The Argo Bay, with its door open for some reason. But very cool. It kind of stuffs an Argo in its base, so it has one as a permanent attaché.
Yeah, which I'm not against that at all, because if you have to get somewhere and move a bunch of people out for like troop transport, it's great to have that.
Mm. The Orb of Death.
We love it.
All things considered, not an Orb of Death. It is the gravity generator, I believe.
Indeed.
And it has a big door that will allow it to seal if needed, so you can keep bad people off of it. If you have criminals like Potato, you can keep them out.
Oh yeah. No, I do think it is really cool that they have a lot of security systems in place should the ship get boarded.
Yeah, oh man, and should the ship get boarded, it is going to be a hard one to board. Alright, so now we are up on the other side of the hangar bay. We've just traveled underneath, and this is the pilot ready room area. As you guys can see, there's benches, and there's some TVs and some lockers. So if you're a pilot, you would come downstairs, get your flight gear on the benches, and then obviously you'd be off to the races. You'd get on your ship and go nuts. The Idris has been designed for a capacity of 2 fighters, where it can fit a bit more. That's great, but it's not designed to accommodate more than 2 fighter pilots.
Actually, there is a 3rd fighter bay up at front that's empty. I checked earlier. It has a full landing pad saying pad 3.
Oh,
so it is
the pilots. It doesn't have spots for the pilots.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it has the space for a ship. Just doesn't have extra pilot space. Also, nice zero gravity treadmills. Very fancy.
I ain't even gonna lie, I want one of those.
I say very, very cool that the ship has a gym on it. Again, not a thing you'd think you'd want on a spaceship or a thing you'd need on a spaceship, but very cool to say nonetheless. Oh. All right. I guess hangar will have to be for another day, because we've been told to leave or die. Run. If we can get back to the ship on our next Invictus stream next Saturday, we'll go back, take a quick peek at the hangar.
Don't let it prosecute me!
Run, Icarus, run! Have you made it to the exit yet? Oh, I see you.
Oh, I made it!
Oh, I see you. I hope that docking arm doesn't close on you.
Oh, I hear the mechanics going. Oh god!
Oh, you made it. Okay, you had a couple seconds. I remember when I was in there yesterday, I was scrambling and I did not have a couple seconds.
But the cool thing is we do get to see the takeoff.
Yes, I think that's a great way for us to end the stream, is to just watch the Idris take off, watch it leave for its next port of call. There we go, the doors have locked.
And there it goes.
There it goes. Off to its next port of call.
It is a really cool ship to see.
And there we go, the military are really showboating it out of there. Alright.
They're here to remind us what family's about.
Alright, well, we thank everybody who came to the stream, came to watch, came to enjoy the LBL Boathouse podcast for our a little bit longer than normal episode on Invictus Launch Week. Like we said, we've got more for next week. Next week we'll actually have Drake Defense Con on the day of our show. So while you won't be able to see the other like ship manufacturers with us, you will get to see Drake, which their show is always appealing.
And maybe we'll be lucky enough to see an exploding cutlass on the show floor.
Yeah,
We
right.
can hope.
If a cutlass doesn't violently detonate on the show floor, I don't want it.
It wasn't a real defense con.
No, it wasn't. All right. Well, thank you guys, everybody, for watching. I'll let Icarus, you and 10 Forward can say your goodbyes, and then we'll call the show.
Thank you for watching, and we're looking forward to see you next week for more Invictus launch week.
Yeah, same from me. Y'all enjoy your week.
Bye-bye. You guys aren't going to say it?
Bye.